Hi everybody, and welcome to the Tree of Life, Astrology and Tarot. My name is Debbie Cassidy, and I'm very glad that you came back again to watch this video. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank everybody for all their likes, their shares, and their subscribes. I have really enjoyed the positive feedback, and just wanted to say thank you. So here we are. We've just passed almost a week in October. We have passed the autumnal equinox. We have also survived the new moon in Libra, which was actually a very friendly moon, all about harmony, justice, new beginnings, especially in our relationships. We also have the sun in Libra. Lots of planets are just now starting to follow the sun into Libra. So after coming off a new moon in Libra, which is lighter and a little more balanced, at least I hope it's been that way for you this past week, we should start to feel a complete lightening as we get further into October. Now, let's talk a little bit about Venus. Venus was in Libra and has now scooched through Scorpio. And as you know, Venus is all about love, beauty, our finances. And while Venus is sitting in Scorpio, not a real friendly place for Venus. Probably what you may notice, especially in your romantic or sexual life, things may be a little bit tougher to get your communications across to your loved ones or your romantic other, whoever that may be. But it's not going to be in Scorpio for long. By the 18th of this month, it will be moving back into Sagittarius. And that's a whole nother story that we'll cover in my next video. Our next planet, Mars, very important part of the month here as Mars moves into Capricorn. Now Mars is a very fiery energy planet. It's in fact the ruler of Aries. Aries, which is our first zodiac sign in the zodiac, as you know, is usually starting in the spring. Aries is all about energy, moving forward, action, getting things done. And Mars just fires that up altogether. Now Mars is very fiery energy, and it's also been nicknamed the warrior planet. And as it moves into Capricorn, which is a very structured sign, we're going to see some changes and some shifts happening this month of October. So the theme for the month, basically, while Mars moves into Capricorn, it's going to become a very nasty neighborhood for this planet to be. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, which means it's at its best, it's at its strongest in Capricorn. This warrior planet is going to move into structure. It's going to be about hard work and let's get her done. That's what it's about in Capricorn. And I'm going to go into a little more about this a little further on in my video as to how important this move is. It is in fact a very big deal. I mean, Mars was, gosh, for the last 7 or 8 months, moving back and forth between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So just having this fiery planet moving into Capricorn is going to shift and change our energies all the way around. Mercury, that lovely little planet that caused all kinds of havoc for us last month, during the month of September, our communication planet, is finally out of its shadow this week. So any of those complications you had in the past are actually, in fact, finally over, and he is moving full speed ahead. So he is moving from Virgo into Libra as well. So our balanced conversations are all about finding compromise, looking at both sides, getting along well with each other, until it starts to square Pluto and Mars. Then our conversations are going to become tense. And you may notice this tension starting to build towards the end of this week and definitely as we go into the following week. Saturn. I have not mentioned Saturn in the last few videos because Saturn takes a little while to move in and out of signs. But currently Saturn is sitting in Sagittarius. Saturn is our taskmaster. He is all about our long-term visions, our ability to make plans in the here and now. That's with the influence of Sagittarius. And he's going to be sitting in Sagittarius for quite a while, for at least the next year or so. And I'm bringing up Saturn for a reason. Being he is our taskmaster, and it's all about setting boundaries, he is also about the end of the road. If something isn't working, he's going to help us to end it, get rid of it. He sets these boundaries. He is our ruler, and he's very strong, Saturn is. Some people dread it if they hear about Saturn in their sign, but we need those boundaries, or else we would have complete, total chaos. And right at the moment, with Saturn in Sagittarius, a taskmaster inside of a sign that's all about exploration, removing those boundaries, that sort of thing, there's a little bit of a push and pull going on as it sits in that sign. Now, Mars and Pluto will both be in Capricorn, and I talked a little bit about Pluto in my last video. Pluto is all about transformation. And while it's sitting in Capricorn, again, a very structured sign, all about hard work, the law, climbing that mountain, getting to the top, all the reason why the ram is actually the sign for Capricorn, the goat, I should say. Ram is for Aries, sorry about that. But slowly but surely, one after another, as the planets start moving into the sign of Libra, they're also going to start squaring Pluto. Pluto. People dread Pluto, if you know anything about this planet, because it's all about uncovering secrets, the hidden, the unknown, the things we can't see, the subconscious. And you're going to see that all around us as well. And I'll start explaining a little more of this to you as we go on. So, with Mars and Pluto in Capricorn, they will start squaring each other. And then we've also got the Sun, which will be squaring on the 7th. We've got Mercury that's going to start squaring on the 17th. And all I could tell you is this nice, slow, harmonious time that we have seen is going to start to go the other direction by around the middle of this month. Probably about the 15th, you're really going to start to see a shift in energy. October overall is all about high energy, lots of work, busy, 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 get it done, get it done. You may find yourself tired, needing rest, needing to eat better. And it's all because we've got all these planets just going direct, and now they're going to start crossing paths with Pluto and meeting up with Saturn. And another wonderful little planet I haven't mentioned yet is Uranus. Uranus, which rules the outer part of ourselves, the weather, anything happening in our outer environments or outside of us. So as all these planets start to square and cross Pluto's path, we're going to have a little bit of a clash by the middle of this month. And by the time we get to the 15th, we have a full moon in Aries. And this is just going to get electrified by all these other things that are going on. So a full moon in Aries is going to be extremely powerful this month. So keep your eye on that right around the 15th. As we all know, full moons are usually about culminations. And in this case, it's sitting in Aries. Again, a very go-getting type of sign, fiery sign. So it's going to give it a lot of power. And with planets squaring Mars and Pluto, and soon Uranus will be in the picture, also doing a square, all it's going to do is start stirring up a lot of energy, lots of energy. And coming around the time where we've got our political debates going on and we're all about ready to make a decision on who we want to have as our next president, I can promise you this energy that is stirring up, you think the debates are bad now and all the media that's going on, it is about to really get fired up, and it's just going to get more intense, extremely intense. In fact, it'll be explosive, volatile. Lots of unexpected news, secrets, that sort of thing are going to start coming to the surface over the next 2 to 3 weeks here towards the end of October. You may have heard something, like the October surprise, which we hear about usually during every election year. This year is way different, just due to the fact that our planetary lineups are all pointing to some very volatile, explosive things that are about to happen. And that's not just in our political environment, that's also going to be with our governments, our financial institutions, religious communities, religious beliefs, because we're all here in Pluto. And believe it or not, by the middle of this month, we are going to slowly transition over into Scorpio. And all these planets are going to slowly follow the sun into Scorpio. right around the 22nd to 23rd of this month. And by my next video, I'm going to get very intense and very in-depth as to what we can expect. There's some big changes that are getting ready to happen this month. So, now that we have Uranus getting ready to do a square, it's definitely going to affect our weather. And I'm not saying that on the same day that we're about to have Hurricane Matthew hit Florida today. This is something I knew was coming about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So this hurricane just kind of reinforces some of the changes we're going to see in our weather patterns. We're going to have a lot of stirring going on as far as high winds, flooding, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. Just wait and see. A lot of these things are going to get activated this month going on into November. So all this is causing some very high cosmic tension, serious tension, and you're going to feel it around you as well, if not inside yourselves. So prepare yourselves for that. Communications with others is going to be very tense. Lots of little clashes going on. And the best way to ride this out is to ride with it. Don't try to suppress it or repress it. Try and use this energy to your advantage. This is high, super intense energy, and you can use this to your advantage by getting it done. It's all about hard work, seeing projects to completion, that sort of thing. You've got all those energies working in your favor. That's the positive side to all this tension that's getting ready to come upon us. So high cosmic tension is not a bad thing when you look at it that way. It helps us to keep things moving and get things completed. So this tension you're going to find is going to be between me and you, we and them, the inner and the outer. It's about above the surface and what's lurking below. Uranus will break this tension in one form or another. It's all a part of what the universe does for us. So you're going to see this tension start to move into a very high crescendo. And by the 3rd, 4th week of this month, we're going to see this explosive action happening. And this is going to affect us for the rest of the month of October. So what does this mean for all of us as far as the outer is concerned? Well, I brought up political debates. They're going to be very heated, and I can promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet. Secrets will be revealed. Religious, government, financial institutions, lots of people protesting, and that's been happening already in our outer world. There's going to be a higher potential for terrorist attacks, nasty weather, earthquakes, etc., etc. How is this affecting us on our inner selves? Our conversations are going to become tense. We're going to have trouble making decisions because we're still in that Libra influence. And Libra is all about balance, justice, law. But at the same time, no offense, Libras, they have a really tough time making decisions. They have to balance everything out, look at everything from all sides. So you may find that tension in those areas. You may find it really hard to come to a decision. All I can tell you is take your time. Take your time, make sure you're looking at all sides like you should be, so that when you do finally come to a decision, which should happen by the end of this month, you'll know it'll be a good one and it'll work in your favor. Towards the middle of this month as well, right around the 13th, 14th, and 15th, you're going to find aggression, people acting out. I would say be very careful when driving. There'll be very aggressive drivers around you or while traveling. Mind this aggression and be on the offensive so that you don't get hurt. Be careful. Try not to overextend yourself in work or exercise. This could lead to your own bodily injuries. This is how intense this energy is going to be. Work with this energy, blast through it, and you will get a lot done. And watch the news because you're going to be finding out more. So overall, we've had a pretty easy, simple week and a half as we started out in October. But as we start getting towards the center of October, things are going to start to get very explosive, very active. Lots of action. And in my next video, I'll get more into how we turn from Libra into Scorpio. First the sun, and then you're going to find all these planets moving along with it. And of course, we have our full moon on the 15th in Aries. And any of you who work in service industries, you're going to see it and feel it. Be a little more aggression going on. And all I can say is being forewarned is being forearmed, and you'll be able to handle it a little bit better. I believe it's time to start pulling an angel card just to see how this next week is going to go. My favorite cards from Doreen Virtue, by the way. Yeah, we came off of a pretty tough month in September, and going through 2 eclipses, Mercury retrograde. We finally got past that. We entered our new moon on the very 1st of October, which helps to negate the eclipses and put those behind us. However, there's a whole new set of planetary alignments that are about to hit us from the middle of October until about the first, second week of November is when you're going to start feeling some of these super high, energetic, tensed out moments. So just keep your hat on, keep your cool, keep your patience, and ride through this. It's going to be nose to the grindstone, busy, busy, busy work, and mind your health as this is going along. You can get very stressed out, both mentally and physically, if you don't take it easy. Learn to take downtime, quiet time, and I'm always recommending meditation. So let's do a shuffle here, and let's see what our angel guides want us to know for this coming week. What type of advice would the angels like to bestow upon us to get us through this very active week? Okay. Release. Archangel Azrael. The end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation. Time to move on. Very nice. This is from Archangel Azrael. Beautiful, beautiful card. Release. Very good advice. And the number at the top, by the way, is 13. For those of you who are into numerology, 1 and 3 make 4. Might want to look that up. I'm going to look it up myself and I'll clue you in as to what that meant. At this point, I don't know because I just dabble in this, but I just thought I would bring that up. But all about release. And that's exactly what's coming up as we get into the middle end part of this month, is this tension is going to release and break itself. And I did not plan for that card to come out. So yeah, the end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. As you know, we're still under the influence of Pluto and Capricorn, and we're going to be for many, many years to come until 2023. And that's exactly where our focus is going to be, is on our spiritual transformation, both within ourselves and within our community and our world around us. So there you are. There's your reading for this week. My heart and prayers go out to all the folks in Florida currently, possibly Georgia and South Carolina, as they are gearing up for a nasty storm today and tonight. I wish all of you the very best and hope you get through this. I've got some very good friends that live in Florida, and hope they have a safe place to stay for tonight and the next couple of days while this thing blows through. Meanwhile, I wish all the rest of you lots of love and light. Please take care of yourselves. Take it easy out there as things start to get really tense, and just believe that we all need to love each other at this time. Especially as we start to get through all this political crap that's getting ready to hit us, and it's just going to get worse, people. It's just going to get worse. I wish I had better news for you, but I don't. But let's do our best to love each other and take care of each other while we go through some pretty intense times over the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, lots of love and light. I'm so glad you tuned in. You wish to get more updates and more readings as we go along, by all means hit the subscribe button down below this video, and tap the little bell, and that will notify you once a week when I've uploaded these videos, so that you can stay up to speed on what those planets are trying to tell us up there. And it's starting to sprinkle up here in the Northwest. It's definitely October. Talk to you guys soon, and namaste.